To the great disappointment of I and so many more, Matt Gaetz has announced that he will be withdrawing as Donald Trump's nomination for Attorney General. Well, it certainly sent many of these individuals scurrying and terrified, those with deep, dark pasts. Matt Gaetz says that he was becoming an unfair distraction to the Trump-Vance mission. Now, I got to say, I think this signals something else in the works. Matt Gaetz I believe he was flying around with Donald Trump, so I don't believe it just makes sense that Matt Gaetz resigns from Congress, then says, I'm going to be the AG, and then all of a sudden says, I'm not going to be the AG. They could have foreseen what was going to come with all of this. So I have questions. I do. Maybe something happened where, it could be as simple as Matt Gaetz and Donald Trump said, we're going to make this move. Unforeseen variable approaches, and they say we're going to have to back down on this one. Some are speculating that Matt Gaetz could reclaim his seat. He still is representative-elect, so he was elected. He can still just go on January 3rd and be a representative again, which would be fun and funny. Or maybe he'll be senator. Marco Rubio was nominated by Donald Trump as well and would be vacating that Senate seat, so Matt Gaetz could be appointed to the Senate. Let's read the story and give you the full details. CNBC reports Trump AG pick Matt Gaetz says he's withdrawing. Matt Gaetz said Thursday he's withdrawing his name from consideration as President-elect Trump's pick for Attorney General. I had excellent meetings with senators yesterday. I appreciate their thoughtful feedback and the incredible support of so many. While the momentum is strong, it is clear that my confirmation was unfairly becoming a distraction to the critical work of the Trump-Vance transition. There is no time to waste on a needlessly protracted Washington scuffle. Thus, I'll be withdrawing my name from consideration to serve as Attorney General. Deeply unfortunate. Deeply unfortunate. Well, here's the full statement. I'll read it just so we can have it in full. He said, I had excellent meetings with senators yesterday. It is clear that my confirmation was becoming a distraction. There is no time to waste on a needlessly protracted Washington scuffle. Thus, I'll be withdrawing my name from the consideration to serve as Attorney General. Trump's DOJ must be in place and ready on day one. I remain fully committed to see that Donald J. Trump is the most successful president in history. I will forever be honored that President Trump nominated me to lead the Department of Justice, and I'm certain he will save America. There are mixed reactions to this, of course, with our good friend Brian Krasinski, the liberal, saying, can you at least comment on the allegations? Did you sleep with children? Brian, this stuff doesn't work anymore. The woman in question made the allegations is 17, okay? More importantly, the DOJ under Joe Biden investigated this and found no evidence and brought no charges. I could ask you literally the same question. There's no evidence you did anything wrong. That's why you are despicable. And that's why Democrats lose. These weird manipulations don't work. We don't care about your lies anymore. Now, Nick Sorter says, retake your seat in Congress. We need you, Matt. You're still technically a representative-elect. Now, here's what's interesting. Matt Gaetz resigned like last week. We were all excited, like, wow. He resigned from Congress. He was apparently working. I believe he was flying around with Trump on Trump Force One. And we thought it was going to happen. Now, the general narrative was that he was potentially a sacrificial candidate, that by nominating Matt Gaetz, it would send shivers down the spine of so many of these deep state cronies. And then, of course, Matt Gaetz would either not get confirmed or would bow out, and it looks like that's the case. Some have responded saying, we have Gunther Eagleman saying, you're an American hero, brother. I stand with you in whatever's next. Joey Manarino says, DeSantis needs to nominate you to be senator. George says, what the swamp has done to you is truly sickening. 3-year Letterman says, this is absolutely pathetic, Senator, and shows you've never read the Constitution. The executive branch supersedes all others and means that Trump can veto the Senate if they don't confirm you. They can only overturn it with 3/4 vote. That is incorrect. And Matt Gaetz is not a senator. He's a member of Congress. He's a representative. Ginger Gaetz, Matt's wife, says, nobody loves America more than you. Valentina Gomez chimes in, says, come hell or high water, I have your back, Matt. God bless you and Ginger. Kang In Lee says, why would you withdraw? Are the allegations true? I'll tell you why I think you withdrew. I think this signals that Matt Gaetz and Trump have a different plan. I do not believe that Matt was betrayed. I do not believe that they did not predict these attacks were coming. They knew the ethics committee was going to release a report. He resigns. They knew it was going to be an uphill battle with members of the Senate. Many speculated he could be a sacrificial lamb or whatever you want to call it. Matt Gaetz could just right now, he won his election. So he could just be like, January 3rd, I'll be back in Congress. There you go. That's funny. Or he could become a senator. And then he could help Donald Trump confirm many of these appointments. Now, Rubio could too. Rubio, of course, will be going into the Trump administration, likely will get easily confirmed. And then DeSantis will need to appoint someone to take that Senate seat. Sounds to me like that person might very well be Matt Gaetz. But nonetheless, I must say we're all deeply disappointed because Matt Gaetz is a nuclear weapon. He is a political nuclear weapon that we were hoping was going to go into the machine and was going to root out corruption and evil. But I'll tell you this. Based on what we've seen so far, Tulsi Gabbard and others, I'm hoping this doesn't start to break down. Trump has signaled greatly that he's chosen many, many great people. Matt Gaetz really sealed the deal. Icing on the cake. We felt confident. Tulsi Gabbard's DNI is good too, but they're attacking her all the same. Is she going to withdraw? She better not. Matt Gaetz needs some position where we know he's going to be deeply involved. And we still haven't gotten confirmation that Kash Patel will be the FBI director. Only Kash was a trending hashtag on X. So this rocks my confidence a little bit, my friends. I don't know how you feel. Comment below and let me know what you think. But I'm still rather hopeful. And I still expect that we are going to see something from Matt Gaetz that will be good, even if it means he just goes back to his congressional seat. Now the question remains, who is going to be the AG pick? And are we going to be disappointed and pissed off? Man, I hope not. So I don't know who Donald Trump could pick at this point. I got nobody on my bingo card or anything like that. But I do know that these are wild times. Not only do you have these domestic political scandals where they're trying to accuse Matt Gaetz of impropriety with no evidence. I mean, to be fair, the evidence of two people with no credibility levying accusations against them, there's no proof. I'll tell you the funny thing is that these Venmo logs get released. And they're like, Matt Gaetz sent some woman $200 for just because. And I'm like, I've sent people money on Venmo for just because. You know what I mean? Like we've had people call, or not call in, but we get super chats on IRL. And I've sent people money and I was like, have fun. And what they're going to be like, why did you send this strange person $2,000? And I'm like, oh, he super chatted that he was going to lose his rent and his dog was dying. No, that's a lie. It was for something else. That's ridiculous. As if anybody puts in the memo section on checks what the check is for. Sometimes when you're like paying your mortgage or whatever bill, you'll write what it's for so that when you look at the image later, you know what was paid for. But sometimes people just write checks. Anyway, right now, we are staring down the barrel of World War III. You've got deep international crisis. You've got deep domestic crisis. And we need a Matt Gaetz. So Donald Trump's going to have to pick someone who is good at this job. But that being said, outside of this, we're still waiting to hear that it's going to be Kash Patel. I don't know who else Donald Trump could pick. And sorry, Kash, if you don't want to be in the press, whatever. We got to say it. We got to put the pressure on. Kash Patel's got to be FBI director. I'll be happy if he gets anything in the administration, but this is a guy who I don't agree with on 100% of things, right? We talked about Julian Assange. Don't completely agree. That's fine. He's a guy who's laid out the problems we've seen, we have witnessed in the deep state, and we want solutions. And we need to know that we're going to get a fighter in Washington who is going to help fix these things. Without Matt Gaetz, I'm much, much less confident. And we don't have confirmation on a good head of the FBI either. Now, AG is substantially more important, in my opinion. We need someone overseeing the DOJ and the FBI who's going to be good. So I'm hoping to hear more, and hopefully Donald Trump will have some considerable appointment, I guess. For the time being, the media is going to pick this up. They're going to run with it, and they're going to smear Matt more with this. They're going to say because of the allegations, they're going to argue that it proves it's true, that he was guilty, or whatever it may be. You're not going to be able to come to me and tell me that Donald Trump and his team did not know that this was likely to occur. The media machine was going to go after everybody, and they're going after everybody. They're attacking Pete Hegseth. They're attacking RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard. I don't get it. You know what I think it is? Matt Gaetz maybe went to Senate, and they may have negotiated and said, look, we're going to give Trump his appointments, but you are a hard sell. So if Trump wants all of these people, then we say no to Matt Gaetz. I just don't believe it, though. I don't know. I don't know what to believe. I don't know. I'm just pissed. Anyway, I'll wrap it up there. I got a lot more to say on this, but I'll wrap it up there. Smash that like button. Share the show with everyone you know. Become a member over at timcast.com to support our work, and we'll see you all in the next segment.